Hello, this is Mr. Hobble, and this is an instructional video to explain this first rhetorical analysis assignment. First and foremost, submission. If you scroll down, the submission assignment or the submission instructions are: copy this assignment into your drive, label this assignment with your first initial and last name. You are going to write your responses into the document, and you're going to share the completed assignment with Mr. Hobble. And there's my email listed right here. And in order to copy an assignment, if you're looking at the screen right now, I have the cursor over the File tab in the upper left-hand corner. I've clicked on it. I'm clicking on Make a Copy. As I said, put your first initial, last name, and you can write Assignment 1. You press OK. When you go to submit, look, there it is. There's a different copy, and since you will be looking at this in your drive, it'll open up in your drive. You will share it by clicking on the blue share button. You can enter my email here and press send, and it will share. All right, let's get into the assignment. All right. This assignment is to take you through the basics of constructing a rhetorical analysis. This is very important for two reasons. Number one, you are going to have future rhetorical analysis assignments to do. The next paper is going to be a rhetorical analysis. Secondly, most of your work in college, when you demonstrate understanding to one of your professors, you are going to use this structure. And it's basically you're going to read text, you're going to decipher meaning from text, and you're going to explain back to your professors that you kind of understand the deeper implications of whatever text and whatever topic you're looking at. You see the instructions are pretty clear. The assignment outcomes are coming from the Writing Program Administrator's Outcome Statements for a first-year composition course. If any of that is unclear, feel free to shoot me an email. The first basic is going to be breaking down what it means to analyze something. And there's a graphic here. When you read this, you need to take into consideration that analyzing is breaking into parts and explaining how those parts contribute to a whole. The first passage I give you is a rhetorical analysis for an argument against slavery. If you read it, it'll give you all the details you need to know. And if you watch this video, it'll tell you, if you were to read this and complete a rhetorical analysis, everything you would need to do. So part of your assignment is to read this very carefully and watch that video. All right. When you complete the work for this assignment, you are going to type your answers into the document. Please be aware of formatting and make sure your page breaks look professional and that the work is clear and I'm able to understand what you're turning in. For a rhetorical analysis for this ad, you are breaking it into its parts, and you are talking about how those parts contribute to a purpose. I ask you 4 questions, and if you are stuck on any of those questions, this first activity kind of gives you a little cheat. If you scroll down, I have a paragraph here, and this is what a rhetorical analysis will look like in written format. So I'm going to go back up, and all of your rhetorical analysis for this assignment will focus around these 4 questions. And when you take these 4 ideas, and you're not just putting it together in simple answers for questions, but you're actually kind of composing a thought, it's going to look like this. It's color coordinated to help you out. The next part of this assignment, you have 3 speeches. You are going to answer the same questions. For each speech, there is going to be a hyperlink, and it's going to show you more information. It takes you to a page called American Rhetoric. And the first speech is by George Bush, and it's his remarks after 9/11. You can hear audio of the speech, and you can actually see the speech in its entirety. For the assignment, All you have to do is look at this excerpt and answer these questions. What's the purpose? Who's the intended audience? And then you need to identify 3 phrases. And then you need to talk about how those phrases contribute to the purpose of the speech. If you are having trouble identifying 1 and 2, please shoot me an email, because that is very important that you understand that correctly. Because if you don't understand that correctly, your answers to 3 and 4 will not make much sense, because these ideas build on each other. The next speech is going to be more practice, an Al Gore speech, and again, it takes you to AmericanRhetoric.com. In this case, you actually can see a video and hear audio of the speech. It may help out, give you some more understanding of, through tone of voice, as to what the author's purpose is going to be. Also, if you look at these sites, that's also going to give you some important context. Al Gore won the Nobel Prize for his work on global warming, and they'll tell you more about that. And the final speech is going to be Maya Angelou's remarks at Coretta Scott King, the wife of Martin Luther King Jr., at Maya Angelou spoke at Coretta Scott King's funeral. Same questions again. So I guess the most important thing when you're looking at this assignment and you're completing it is to please make sure that you understand your purpose for the piece you're analyzing and the intended audience. This is also important. I don't want to underestimate these bottom 2 questions, 3 and 4. And number 4, those are going to be where, those are the most important sentences where you kind of explain how an author is using those words, those devices to achieve his or her purpose. Your assignment will be graded based on this rubric, and it takes you through those 4 questions. And then at the end, there's a category called Written Conventions, and that's just making sure that everything that you turn in is edited properly. If you have any questions, you know where to reach me.